Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, and welcome to a new video here on Solana, which broke out. All right, incredibly bullish right now, together with the entire market. By the way, I mean, if you take a look at this, the market is going quite crazy this morning in the start of the EU session, which is strange because that doesn't happen very often. But no, incredibly bullish. I mean, there's a huge amount of volume, not only not only for Solana, but in the markets as a whole. We have a good chance to actually get a very bullish May and June, but more on that in my altcoin update, which I'll post a little bit later, or which I'll post after this video. So keep an eye on that if you want to know the general direction for altcoins. But so far so good for Solana specifically. We reached a price target 2 days ago. I still said it was most likely we would see the bearish breakdown, but obviously yesterday a lot changed. So if you watched the video yesterday, then you would know that this was most likely. Hopefully for all of you, I revised my bias in time. And honestly, I mean, all the bullish momentum in the market right now is a little bit unexpected, I'd say. Normally, I have a pretty good idea of when the markets are actually getting bullish, which at this point of time seems to be happening. Well, has already happened. Because, I mean, just as a bit of a tangent before we talk about Solana, which you can see we broke out above 154. That was the main level we talked about yesterday. If you caught that, would have been an amazing trade because we actually retested it as well. And then after that started rallying a lot. But normally, like on YouTube, you can kind of see with the YouTube views how much retail there is in the markets. And if you go back to the beginning of 2024, if you go back to November, October 2024 as well, you saw those views really rally together with the price. And that has not happened so far, right? So that is a little bit of a caution, maybe. Like there's less organic pushing the price up than normal, but still, I mean, we do have enough volume to say this is a real move, right? It's a real breakout, and we're at resistance right now, but the volume is at $6.7 billion. If you compare that over the last year, like obviously it's not as high as it was when Trump launched its meme coin on Solana. But it's enough to suggest that this is real price action. Now, like I said, on the higher time frames though, Solana is getting towards some very interesting price levels, right? Especially right here between 171 into 187. That is, as you can see, historically in 2024, the main resistance zone. And even though I think Solana is quite strong here, do I expect us to break above that level from here? Ultimately, no. I think if you look, Solana continuing to go up, even when Bitcoin pulls back a little bit, I do expect that, right? So short term, potentially on the higher time frames with a pullback. I mean, the weekend is starting, it's the end of the week, so we might see some de-risking. So a pullback into this zone right here around 155, 160, definitely a possibility. But short term, given the volume, given the open interest, I would say a bullish continuation for Solana is most likely. You can also see Sol BTC is trying to break out here. Which is a great thing because then Solana can actually rally independently of Bitcoin. But then we have to be critical, right? I mean, and say like short term, more bullish momentum, definitely possible. You should be aware of some imbalances to the downside right here. So be aware of those. I mean, if you, as long as you're aware that we can actually pull back into those imbalances, we can spike down into those, we can grab some liquidity. Then you're fine, and you can probably place some bets on going higher here. But to break above this level right here, between 171 and 187, it's such a major resistance level on the higher time frames. You would need a lot of strength for that, all right? And if I compare the strength that Solana has right now compared to the strength, for example, we had with this spike the beginning of March, compared to the strength we had defending the bottom right here, it is significantly less. The open interest is less. The volume is less. The fundamentals are not as good as they were back then. So therefore, I'd have to say that at least, short term, I expect more bullish momentum. But medium term, I do expect us to reject from this resistance level between 190 and let's say 175, 185 to make it a bit more narrow. So from there, I do expect a pullback. I would say the main level to watch would be the POC at 150, 145. But that's on the higher time frames what I expect for now. Once we get a little bit more price action at these price levels, we can also zoom back in. So keep an eye out for that. I'll make some video updates on that later this weekend. But for now, that's what you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.